The arena was filled with screaming voices. Thousands of aliens from across the galaxy had come to watch the blood sport. They sat in their seats made of black stone. Their eyes glowed in different colors. Some had scales. Some had fur. Some had skin that looked like liquid metal. But all of them wanted to see death. In the center of the arena stood a human male. His name was Marcus Cole. He was 32 years old. His body was covered in scars from 57 fights. He had won every single one of them. The sand beneath his feet was red from the blood of creatures he had killed. His hands were empty. They always started him without weapons. The crowd liked to watch him suffer first. High above the arena floor sat the Dragon Queen. Her real name was impossible for human mouths to speak. Her species called themselves the Drakari. They ruled this sector of space with fire and fear. The Dragon Queen herself was 12 feet tall. Her scales were deep purple and gold. Her eyes burned like twin suns, wings folded against her back. A crown of black metal sat upon her head. She had ruled for 300 years. She had never lost a war. She had never shown mercy. The Dragon Queen looked down at the small human standing alone in the sand. She laughed. The sound echoed through the entire arena. It was a cruel laugh, a mocking laugh. She had seen this human fight before. He was entertaining, but today would be different. Today she prepared something special. Marcus heard the laugh. He did not look up at her. He kept his eyes on the gates around the arena. His heart was beating fast, but his face showed nothing. He had learned long ago to hide his fear. Fear was a weapon his enemies could use against him. He would not give them that weapon. The gates opened with a loud grinding sound. From the darkness came the creature the Dragon Queen had chosen for him. It was a Varax. Marcus had never seen one before, but he had heard stories. The Varax was a living nightmare. It stood on 4 legs that bent in wrong directions. Its body was covered in armor made of bone. It had 6 arms that ended in blades instead of hands. Its head was eyeless, but it could sense heat and movement. The Varax could kill a Drakari warrior in seconds. It had killed hundreds of gladiators in this very arena. The crowd went silent. Even they had not expected this. The Dragon Queen was sending a death sentence into the arena. This was not meant to be a fight. This was meant to be an execution. A message to all the other human slaves watching. A reminder that they were nothing. The Dragon Queen leaned forward on her throne. Her golden eyes were fixed on Marcus. She wanted to see the fear. She wanted to see the hope die in his eyes. She wanted to watch him run and scream and beg before the Varax tore him apart. Marcus looked at the Varax. The creature was already moving toward him, its blade arms cutting through the air. It made a sound like metal scraping against metal. Marcus took a deep breath. His blood was running cold in his veins. He could feel his body wanting to run. Every instinct screamed at him to flee. But Marcus Cole did not run. Humans did not run. That was the first lesson he had learned in this hellhole. Running only made you die tired. He started walking toward the Varax. The crowd made sounds of confusion. Some laughed. Some gasped. The Dragon Queen tilted her head to the side. This was unexpected. The Varax charged. It was fast. Faster than anything Marcus had ever faced. Its blade arms came swinging down at him. Marcus moved. He did not think. He just moved. Years of fighting had trained his body to react without thought. He rolled under the first blade, jumped over the second. The third blade caught his shoulder and opened a deep cut. Blood sprayed onto the sand. Marcus grabbed the blade that had cut him. The edge sliced into his palms, but he did not let go. He used the Varax's own momentum to pull himself onto its back. The creature screamed in rage. It twisted and turned, trying to throw him off. Its other arms swung at him, but they could not reach. They were designed to kill things in front of it, not things on its back. The Dragon Queen stood up from her throne. Her eyes were wide. This was not how it was supposed to happen. The human was supposed to die. He was supposed to scream and bleed and entertain her with his death. Marcus found what he was looking for. A gap in the bone armor near the Varax's neck. He drove his fist into it. His hand went deep into the creature's flesh. He could feel hot blood covering his arm. The Varax screamed louder. It threw itself against the arena wall, trying to crush Marcus. He held on. His fingers found something hard inside the creature's body. A spine. He grabbed it and pulled. The Varax went still. It fell to the ground like a puppet with cut strings. Marcus pulled his arm out of the dead creature. He was covered in blood. Some of it was his. Most of it was not. He stood up and looked at the crowd. Silence. Complete and total silence. No one in the arena could believe what they had just seen. A human, a weak small human, had killed a Varax with his bare hands. It was impossible, but they had all watched it happen. Marcus turned and looked up at the Dragon Queen. Their eyes met. For a long moment, neither of them moved. Then Marcus did something that no slave had ever done in the history of her arena. He smiled at her. Not a scared smile, not a submissive smile. It was the smile of a predator looking at prey. The Dragon Queen felt something she had not felt in 300 years. She felt cold. A chill ran down her spine under her purple scales. She did not understand it. She was the ruler of empires. She had burned entire worlds. How could a single human make her feel anything but contempt? She opened her mouth to order her guards to kill him. 1,000 arrows and energy beams would turn him into ash. But before she could speak, the crowd started making noise. At first it was quiet. Then it grew louder. They were chanting. They were chanting the human's name. Marcus. Marcus. The Dragon Queen looked around at her subjects, at the thousands of aliens who had come to watch a human die. They were cheering for him. They were celebrating his victory. Some of them were even bowing their heads in respect. This was wrong. This was all wrong. Humans were slaves. They were toys. They were nothing. They could not be heroes. They could not be legends. The Dragon Queen had spent centuries making sure every species in the galaxy knew that humans were the lowest of the low. But looking at Marcus Cole standing in the blood and sand, she understood something. She had made a mistake. A terrible mistake. By putting humans in her arenas, she had shown the galaxy what humans truly were. She had shown everyone that humans could not be broken. That humans would fight until their last breath. That humans were not weak. They were simply waiting. Marcus raised his bloody fist into the air. The crowd went wild. The sound was deafening. For the first time in 300 years, the Dragon Queen sat back down on her throne without giving an order. For the first time, she did not know what to do. In the holding cells beneath the arena, the other human slaves heard the cheering. They heard Marcus's name being chanted. They looked at each other with new light in their eyes. Hope. It was a dangerous thing, but it was also powerful. One of the older slaves stood up. His name was Thomas. He had been a soldier on Earth before he was captured. He had spent 20 years in these cells, watching his fellow humans die for alien entertainment. But now, he smiled. "We have been waiting," he said to the others. "We have been patient. We have been learning. Now they know. Now they all know." Above in the arena, Marcus was still looking at the Dragon Queen. He could see the fear in her golden eyes even from this distance. He knew that he might die tomorrow. He knew that she would never let him leave this place alive. But it did not matter. He had already won, not the fight. The fight was nothing. He had won something much bigger. He had shown an entire galaxy of species that humans were not to be underestimated. He had planted a seed of doubt in every mind watching. If one human could do this, what could millions of them do together? The Dragon Queen finally found her voice. She raised her hand and the crowd went quiet. She looked down at Marcus with cold rage burning in her heart. "Tomorrow," she said. Her voice echoed through the arena. Tomorrow you will face 10 Varaks at once. We will see if your luck holds." Marcus laughed. It was a genuine laugh, full of warmth despite the blood and pain. "Luck," he called back to her. "You still think this is luck? Your Majesty, you have kept humans as slaves for 100 years. You have watched us fight and die in your arenas, and you still do not understand us." He pointed at her with his blood-soaked finger. "We are not lucky," he said. "We are angry. And you have given us all the time we needed to learn how to kill everything you throw at us." The Dragon Queen did not respond. She could not, because somewhere deep in her heart she knew he was right. She had underestimated humanity. All the great empires of the galaxy had underestimated humanity. They had seen small, soft creatures with no claws or fangs. They had seen weakness. They had not seen the fire, the unbreakable will, the ability to adapt and overcome. They had not understood that humans did not fear death. Humans feared dying for nothing. Give them something to fight for, and they became the most dangerous creatures in the universe. As the guards came to drag Marcus back to his cell, he went willingly. He did not resist. He did not need to. He had already started a fire that could not be put out. In the cells, the other humans were waiting for him. In the crowd, thousands of aliens were whispering about what they had seen. Across the galaxy, the broadcast of this fight was being watched and shared. The Dragon Queen sat alone on her throne long after the arena emptied. She stared at the blood-stained sand below. For the first time in her long life, she wondered if she had made an enemy she could not defeat. The human smile haunted her thoughts. The coldness in her blood would not fade. Humanity was awake now, and the galaxy would never be the same.